はい、お願いします。Please help me. Somebody asked the other day, what is onigashimasu? Onigashimasu is something we say at the beginning of all of our karate training. So when I bow and I say, onigashimasu, please help me. Please work with me. Please make me better as a teacher or as a student. So it's something that's part and parcel of what happens in our dojo. So, good morning everybody. Lots of good comments after the last video, especially people going saying, hey listen, when are you going to start doing some kind of randori or some kind of combative skills, etc. In my defense, I'm working on fitness, and the fitness side of that is very big. If you do a kicking or punching kind of drill, calisthenic kind of drill, it does improve your fitness rather quickly, but not as fast as the weights. And the base of what Goju is to try and be as strong as possible. So I have neglected it, and I'll try and build it into the next couple of workouts. Today is still going to be a bit of a weight session. I'll try and do a little bit of stuff on movement for those of you who are looking for that. The weights are what make the biggest difference. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of cardio, and so that kind of sparring type training, that cardio would go in my training when I was a lot younger. As I've gotten older, I realized I need to become a bit stronger. Let's get started. Let's loosen up and let's get going. Just Friday's workout, yay, at last, end of the week. And it has been a pretty hectic week. So, Wednesday's workout was, if to say my legs were sore is an understatement. I could barely walk yesterday, let alone carry toolboxes or do the kind of labor that I do during the daytime when I'm not doing karate. Elbows. Hurricane. A little bit of shrugging, just get the shoulders to work a little bit in a circular fashion. A little bit of a shake. Some people need to do a little bit more legs than others. Yes, good morning Barbara. Last night was the wrestling makes a big difference. It really takes a lot out of one. Okay, so bedrock of Goju is Sanchin Kata. So you'll notice that I do a lot of Sanchin, a lot of Tensho, because those are the kind of foundational pillars of Goju karate. And the idea is that by doing them repetitively over and over, I am physically preparing myself for the eventuality of in a few weeks' time, or a few months' time, I will be doing grading, and I know that there's a lot of emphasis placed on these kata in the Okinawa and Goju karate syllabus. So that's why the focus is heavy on it. Sanchin. So, yeah, there was somebody commented, their roots, I think, are Nisei Goju, or Kanzen Goju, out of New York, United States, where their comments on my Sanchin and my Tensho are, it's not that good. So, I took some time, I found a really cool video clip, and you guys are welcome to go find it as well. It's of all the Okinawan Goju masters of yesteryear, these granddads of karate who are really old, doing kata. A lot of them do Sanchin and Tensho. So for the guys who are used to doing karate in Nisei and Kanzen, I'm not knocking you guys at all. If anything, I like some of the stuff that you guys do. There are some, I've watched a lot of the gradings that are floating around on YouTube. But please go and look at how the Okinawans do their kata. And so the idea of power and strength as one thing, and I know I've got to work on that. It's realistic criticism, that's why we do the weight training. But the kata's format and its shape and the size of the movements are what I do, because that's where I go for grading. So it's important to see that and to know the difference between the two, where the movements in American karate may be a lot bigger. In the Okinawan version, it will be a lot smaller, and the focus on details inside that small movement is far more meticulous in its own right and its own way. After all, it is the real root. Okay, so yeah, I'm ranting at some of the trolls. Okay, let's do Sanchin again. See some long comments have come in. Nurikalo, you are... As a kid, I hated Sanchin Kata. I must be honest, it was like, if I did Sanchin, it was insanely like boring. I have ADHD, so it was terrible. And Sensei used to draw it out. And yeah, then there was this emphasis on power, and I was skinny and weak and no power, so obviously I wasn't good at it, so I didn't enjoy doing it. It took a long time to get that right. So, all right. Yeah, Terrence, we're going to get going now with some more work. Don't worry, I'm answering some questions. What black belt Dan are you? I am a 5th Dan. I am attempting my 6th Dan grading in about 2.5 months' time in Okinawa at OGKK. And that's the federation I belong to. It is a branch of the Miyazato tree from either Jindokan or OGKK. I've been a member of that brand of Goju my whole life. Well, most of my life. There were 2.5 years where I did Seiwakai. Sanchin. Alright, so let's get on with the training. So, starting with the Chishi today, again, the bedrock of power training, one of the easiest tools to either make for yourself or to have in your training equipment. Doesn't have to be something that is machined on a lathe. It can be simple, a piece of handle, a broomstick, whatever, some nails put through it, into a bucket with some concrete. The nails help hold the handle in the concrete. And then you have a Chishi. couple of other exercises I haven't done a lot of in the morning training. Actually, that's more or less the most common version of Sanchin practice in Okinawa. There is a 100 Kata or karate day in Okinawa where they celebrate karate. They lay carpets down the main roads. All the dojos, students enter and they try and do a fair amount of common training. So Fuku Kata, Giksara Edge, they get done a lot by nearly everybody, as well as I think Sanchin Kata. There is more or less a standardized way. Lots of different Goju schools have different templates. So you do what your sensei says. Bear in mind that Sanchin Kata is the Kihon, the foundation of Goju. And so, as Kitagawa sensei brings up in a lot of his seminars, he goes, Sanchin doesn't matter. For grading, it's one thing, but Sanchin doesn't matter what template you use. If you decide to do 10 punches or 11 punches, fine. If you do 20 of these, fine. If you do 40 of those, it's what you immerse yourself in. Alright, so I'm going to do a longer version of something I grew up doing of Sanchin Daini with the turn and a couple of steps and a lot of punches at the end. And this was the longest version of Sanchin I did as a kid growing up, and it killed me because it was so long and so slow and for a lot of people so boring. I'm going to be off center so that I'm not out of shot on the next pass as I go backwards, okay? Sanchin Daini. By the time you get to those last 5 punches, because it's kind of a combination of all Sanchin kind of ideas, 3 steps forward, turn, 3 steps back, turn, 3 more steps forward, stop, then 5 extra punches, then the 3 pulls, and then 2 times Moshuken. I remember since Chin did it with us once like that, I think he was trying to just make sure that everybody got it. We didn't do a lot of Sanchin Daini as a kid growing up. It was a rarity. It was usually when a senior instructor would arrive, Okinawan or Japanese instructor would arrive and teach, and then we would often end up doing Sanchin Daini because I think they wanted to make sure that it was not lost. Okay, so 2 similar sized kettlebells, and again it's that focus on trying to develop individual parts of individual kata. We didn't do a lot of Ishi-Sashi training when I was a kid because it was a weird implement to try have fabricated. The popularity of the modern kettlebell has made it possible, especially with the very small weights and hopefully with a decent banana grip so that your hand can fit in. My first ones I bought, very small grips, and most of my adults hate training with the little 3 kilograms because they've got to squeeze that onto their fingers, so they end up holding like this and they don't have a nice, solid, straight grip. So you have to go stronger to try to get a 5 that most people's hands will comfortably fit in. I've got a couple of big guys, and the 5s don't work for them, and they have to train with 7.5s. I think the average weight of an Ishi-Sashi, by the way, is between 3 and 5 kilograms. Let's go this way. Feels a lot different without the weight. Same as the Sanchin or Sanseru and Seisan and Superumpi. People who like to hear the breathing. You know, GKK, beyond Sanchin and Tensho, breathing is generally not audible. This way. Otherwise, we're doing different Kata. Now, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. Obviously, Goju way. Cypher. Oh, hammies. The hammies are tight. And the idea of one, two, maybe from Kata Anan, from Shitoryu, or more accurately, Rireru. Okay, so we've played a little bit with the Chishi, we've played a little bit with kettlebells this morning. If you're a regular visitor to the local second-hand store, or you travel down to your local metal exchange or metal dump, you may find that you're able to buy a lot cheaper than buying a brand new plate weights. My suggestion for plate weights, whenever you see them, look for the ones with the cutouts. That is super useful for martial arts training and for using the weight like this. Okay, so this is my suggestion for karate people, buy Kata. And if it's got two nice openings like this, great. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't have to be too heavy. 7, 8. You can always make up with volume. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, out, 2, out, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one exercise, all those movements in a lot of your kata. So to replicate the Kongo Ken, use a plate with handles, allows you holding on the edge, and that's cool. It's going to make your fingers really strong. I'm glad you like the idea. I am blessed. I have 8 Kongo Ken. Let's, there you go. 2, 1 behind the makiwara, 2 in the center, 1 behind the makiwara, 2 on the side. The 9th Kongo Ken that we have is at our sibling dojo down the road, so that they've got one that they can train with. But this is a super great weight. Now, you can also use it very similar to a kettlebell. We're watching some kettlebell training. So if you want to work on the core, just pass the weight around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit of core stabilization standing upright. 7, 8, 9, 10. Go watch a man called Mark Wild doing kettlebells and personalized training. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey. So 1, 2, 3. That lifting up motion. Strength in the fingertips. Some people's school teaches this. Some people it's finger like this. But you're going to get there when you grab on to the weight anyway. If I do this, my fingers are doing something similar anyway. Alright, so it's just to find a cool spot to grab. Can be used like an ishisashi. I don't like that the hand doesn't fall through quite nicely. More importantly, good for shoulders. This is a lower torque exercise than when you take the chishi around your shoulders. And the reason I like that is that the higher torque across the rotator cuff muscles can often lead to them getting injured, especially if you go too heavy too soon. I've been in training camp where the senseis are brutal. And they make you hold the chishi right at the end, and then you do these kind of turning exercises. And the mentality is that if you don't do it that way exactly, and you're quite good with some of the basic exercises because you're strong enough for it, but if the rotator cuff is weak and you're doing these incredibly difficult rotational exercises, you know, it's like you're an absolute weakling. Those muscles have to be developed. They're massively neglected. That's why rotator cuff injuries are so common. They do have to be trained and developed. I do prefer using a weight like a kettlebell or a plate weight for this round the world kind of exercise. If you want to add in a little bit extra, bring the weight around and then lift it over. So drop it around and lift it over. If you want to add a facet for core, then all you have to do is add in the turn and take it across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So today is a little bit of fitness. It's a little bit of a low day in terms of intensity and workout because Wednesday was so insane. If you didn't see Wednesday's workout and you're wondering why we're taking it easy, go and go try. Go do the workout and, you know, push your body a little bit, and hopefully you'll also be walking around with a little bit stiff legs. Bearing in mind, we're still getting fit. I know there's some guys and ladies out there who are massively fit. These workouts are like a walk in the park for you. But for us, people who are unfit, this is us getting there. Today's a little bit of an easier day. And a little bit of a learning day for whoever's watching. Hope you had a good morning's training, so that you have an awesome weekend, that you're able to walk up and down stairs when you go somewhere, and that you have a pleasant one. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully, I promised I would do something else. Hold on. 3 cards. Something worth finding or having, or you're going to need 2 flip-flops and a sock or something to be able to do the last drill for today. Alright. Form a triangle. Something to get your head around between now and the next time is to stand on the outside of this cone. Move to this cone. Move to this cone. Move to this cone. 1, John, this is for you when you wake up in the United States. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little bit of a rotation. A little bit of rotation. Rotation. 1, 2, 3. The people who like doing sport karate will enjoy the idea of down low. So it's this kind of mentality. Shift and gyakusuki, gyakusuki, gyakusuki. This is good for the loading on the muscles. Stand. Grab, clear, move around. The grapplers. Pulling, shifting around your opponent so you can attack them from behind. That's kind of mobility training. So 3 cones, I hope it pops up on your screen wherever you are. And something to try and make sure you've got handy for next week. Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Have an awesome one. Sayonara. I'm glad that you enjoyed the training. All right, Barbara, keep working. You're slowly making gains. All right. Body strength is improving, coordination is improving, and hopefully sooner or later your body weight will start to change a little bit. Slow weight loss is the best weight loss. By the way, for the people who are looking for weight loss is best done when it is slow. Don't opt for the craziest radical thing. So that when it's off, it stays off. The hardest part of losing weight is not regaining it. All right. Cheers. I'm out of here.